taught for over 25 years, and I've always had a soft spot for the disengaged or the at-risk student. And I've worked a lot with groups of students that really don't feel that they belong in a school. So they're like a square peg in a round hole. And I worked at SAIL-UP for 8 years, which was an off-site center for at-risk students, all coming together from different areas. And we worked in that environment and brought them to a level of personal development and credit attainment. And I just feel that those students need a certain type of teacher to believe in them and to develop relationship and rapport if they're to progress and move forward. After hearing what his proposal was, and that he comes into a classroom that was about 10 to 15 students that had disengaged or were disenfranchised from school, we decided to give it a try. So what I noticed most about Jason coming into the classroom was that he took the time to develop the relationship. And it's all about relationship. So it doesn't matter what type of student you're working with. Without the relationship, we can see no change and we can see no progress. After he spent a considerable amount of time working with the group and just getting to know them, and not talking about smoking at the very beginning, but just getting to know them, develop a rapport, that's when he started to just plant the seed about it possibly being about almost self-development or self-progress, not so much you shall quit smoking. And that's probably what they heard in the past, and that's probably what they were hearing growing up, that smoking is bad, and they knew that. They knew all of those facts. They didn't need to be told that, and that's what makes them feel like a bad person sometimes. He took the time to invest to the kids and listen to their stories, listen to what was important to them, and listen to where they wanted to move next. And sometimes they got off on tangents, and it wasn't about the smoking, but that was okay because it always came back around to the smoking. And then next, after all of that was established, and that took a while and there was a foundation, I noticed next that he gave the students ownership. And he would push them out of their comfort zone, but he always let them take ownership of what they were working on. And that's where you got the buy-in. And that's where you saw that the students wanted to make changes, and they wanted to meet with Jason every week or twice a week, or they maybe skipped their morning classes but made sure they were there for 2 o'clock to see Jason. And that's all about the relationship, the listening, and the consistency and the ownership that he invested with them. And from there, really the sky's the limit. It might not be about smoking, it might be about smoking, but it's then that change can happen. And it's then that he was able to get things from those students like in no other class. For example, presenting to elementary school kids, or just wanting to move forward in their own life in whatever that looks like. Also, I would say it's the follow-through. So I'm saying 3 years ago this started, but it was consistently keeping in touch with them. And it might have been through text, it might have been email, through me at the school, but that's what really worked.